Hey everyone, what's up? It's Ellie here. I am here today presenting to you the Deadeye Jacob Boyer, the hero trailer that has recently released, and I am going to be reacting to it and kind of giving my thoughts on Jacob, on his story. I think this is going to be really interesting, really insightful. We know Jacob is Mr. Mysterious. He hasn't really been elaborated on too much in the trailers, nor have we heard too much from him. He's not really a chatter, he's not really a talker, but I think this will give us a little bit of insight into who he is as a person, and I'm really excited to kind of watch him sit there and talk about himself. That'll be really interesting. So, yeah, I'm just reacting to this trailer, and I hope you enjoy. let's jump into it.
Moment more.
It's okay. Not like there's anything else going on.
That's it, precisely. No one knows what's going on, and we have to document this.
All you want to know is what happened that night, right?
Ooh, so mysterious, Jacob.
It was just a job. Bellwether sent us on a standard recover and burn up.
Bellwether?
Private military contractor. You don't ask questions, and they don't answer. But we were ambushed by something.
So he's in a group. Ooh, his eye. Oh, don't open it. Keep it closed. That would hurt.
Thing won't
Oh.
leave me alone.
Does it have a name?
I think we're done here, Div. Vampire fan club.
And we get into the gameplay.
Sniper, watch out! Stay sharp.
He's gone. Sleep tight. I can't see him.
See ya! That's so OP. That's so good. Such a good
Last one.
ability. That too. He's just such a powerful character. That'll be so interesting playing with the street lighting. There we go. I think. No? More.
See what all this fuss is for.
Miss Whisper. That's her. That's pretty good build up. I mean, hey, we've got like the fight, and then we're leading up to the vampire god who did this to him. So, okay. So I love this. I'm not sure. I don't think this is the same. I thought for a moment that this was the same place that we see in the beginning. Maybe we do. Is this the same place from the first trailer? Maybe it is. So they're all just kind of like hanging around. Yeah, I think it is. I think this is the same place. And I guess Devinder is just getting his scoop. Devinder is a journalist. He's a writer. A journalist, more so writer. He kind of documents, well, I guess you would call him a journalist. He documents the paranormal. He documents the supernatural, or at least he attempts to. He gathers information. I think this is the first time that Devinder has really gone head to head with a supernatural entity and is up against way more than I think he ever thought he'd ever encounter. So, I guess he's building his story up. He's getting ready for his next book, and then we know where he's in Redfall to promote a book that he wrote. His next book. This is like the biggest hype up story. I wonder if he's actually able to connect to the internet and live stream outwards, because that would be some major hype building. But yeah, I think he's getting ready for that next book about vampires. And he's interviewing each of the heroes one by one. I think Jacob would rather not be a part of it, but I guess Devinder has convinced him to take part. And we're getting a little bit of backstory here. So, from my understanding, Jacob received his kind of supernatural power when he was ambushed on his own, or at least that's what I thought was the original backstory. But he seems to be with this group here, the Bellwether soldiers, which we do. They become a faction, and I don't know if they're inherently a bad faction, but when I played Redfall, they were. I mean, they were not nice, at least to my character. I don't know if there's something you can do to build up relationship with factions. I don't know if it was because I was just hiding them from them in the first place and took the first shot. I didn't see any pop-up saying that I'd ruined a relationship with the faction or anything like that. It also might just be that like Jacob kind of can't be on good terms with them because maybe they have like a bad angle that they're taking for the situation that's happening with the vampires, or maybe because Jacob is technically a supernatural entity now, he's got that, I don't know, maybe they just see him as an enemy. I really don't know, but or that he's working with the vampires because he was the only one that survived. So we see this group here, and I guess they get attacked by Miss Whisper. We see this kind of terrifying kind of, yeah, this sight of Jacob here. Oh, the open eye, really gross. And then of course we come across Miss Whisper who's floating above him, and she's got this, I don't know if it's a solid object emitting light or if it's just an ethereal object, but placing it in replacement of his eye. I don't know if he gained that injury in the fight or if she like specifically took out his eye, like this was on purpose. Could be. But it's just a terrifying moment. I can imagine that really haunts Jacob. I hope his brain has blocked that out a little bit, but I guess he's recalling it, so the poor thing. Definitely very terrifying and surely very painful. So poor Jacob, he's gone through a lot. He's constantly going through a lot. It does make me wonder though, think about it, like this is a vampire god. This is one of the main bosses in the game that we'll be taking down in order to bring Redfall back to a normality, or at least some sort of normality. Why is Miss Whisper gifting Jacob this ethereal, mysterious eye? Why? What objective do they have? What do they want to get out from this? I mean, Jacob is, as we saw at the end of this trailer, Jacob is actively hunting her. So what is the end goal here? Does Miss Whisper have some sort of empathy for the human race? I mean, we do know a little bit about the vampire gods. You can block your ears if you don't want to hear any potential spoilers, but this is something that you can kind of learn from digging up what has come out about Redfall, specifically in the previews where we had a hands-on with the game and learned a little bit. There was a specific storyline that if you paid attention to the storyline that we played, you would know that, I'm about to say it, the vampire gods are actually humans that have been given this power. They've come across it. I don't know how exactly it would have worked for each individual person, but we know specifically with the Hollow Man that they were a human. And so maybe there is a kind of hint of empathy they have for the human race. This is maybe Miss Whisper giving Jacob a chance to stand up to them. This vampire who's like, I want to give you guys a chance or something like that. I mean, I guess we'll learn about it, but it's a little bit like The Outsider. I mean, The Outsider is a supernatural entity, but has a human origin. And though I don't know if that humanity has been lost over time, so though The Outsider has this human origin story, I don't know if that humanity has been lost over the, I don't know, 1,000 centuries that they've been the Outsider. But yet they find an interest in tampering with people that are alive in the world, giving them special abilities, powers to create this sort of ripple effect in the world, and just as an entertainment thing, like see what happens. I think they're just genuinely curious. They're giving these massive powers to people that usually come from low social kind of levels and are going through something, and they want to know what they do with the ability they're given. Will they choose a path of chaos or low chaos, that sort of thing? And it's just a general interest thing. I wonder if maybe that might be what it is with Miss Whisper, where, you know, she still has that kind of little slither of humanity, which gives her the curiosity to want to play around. She's got this power, she's going to use it, she's going to give this to Jacob, and she's going to see what he does with it. And maybe a similar thing happened with Layla, maybe something like that. Who knows? Who knows? I even have a theory that because maybe Layla has, you know, the vampire ex-boyfriend, why doesn't the vampire ex-boyfriend, why are they on our side? Like, genuinely, I mean, how do they live? Do they go to the blood bank? I mean, you know, that's probably already been raided by all the other vampires. Who knows? Maybe not at all, because they're feasting on the people of Redfall. But, you know, maybe it's something different with Layla, where she actually, because she was at Avon, at least from what we know, we'll dive into that in the next reaction, but who knows? She could be like part vampire or something, which is why she can summon her vampire ex, and why the vampire ex is fine with her all of a sudden. I don't know. But it's really interesting to think about, and I'm so excited to learn more about these guys. Oh gosh, I am really interested in Jacob's perspective on the world. I'm really interested in all of their perspectives. It's going to be a really hard decision when it comes down to who am I going to play and who am I going to experience the story with. The very first playthrough, I don't know, it's going to be a really tough one, because I think Jacob's going to know stuff that's genuinely going to be just super interesting and insightful. Devinder for sure is, like, 100%. He's just going to have all these, like, interesting fact quips and all that sort of thing. Jacob's just going to be this intense, like, lore and backstory from what he already knows. Layla's just going to have, like, a witty, entertaining, I think, kind of side to it, but she's also, like, a really intelligent woman who, like, already was in Redfall, so they're probably going to have a lot more contextual knowledge of the place. That'll bring, like, a sense of, like, humanity back into the place, normality, imagining what Redfall was like. So anyway, before I end up ranting into oblivion here, thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited. I am so excited for Redfall. I'm so excited to jump back into it. And yeah, I hope you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I usually script my videos, so I'm going to be all over the place. I'm so sorry. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.